need help with, then I'm going to tell you what we do and then the opportunity that we're looking at. So basically, and by in the end of my 6 minutes, hopefully what you see there is not your commute to the mall, but about $50,000 in recurring revenue, which is what my market is and what my business is. So I say, I want to answer this question. We don't need help with sales, really. We need help with connections. We need to find people that can help sell us. We sell through resellers. So I did this in Tampa last week. We got one fantastic connection. So you probably might not be an aftermarket truck salesperson, but if you know someone or know someone, I'm betting that I can get at least another really good connection out of here. So that answers the question of what I'm looking for. So who are we? Geospace Labs. What we do. We have a federally certified safety product that goes into commercial semi-trucks, basically. So if you drive between, say, here and Atlanta on the interstate, about 1 out of every 100 trucks that you drive by will have our piece of equipment in. They have to have it. And what the equipment does is it turns out that there are rules, and truck drivers can't really drive for 28 hours a day because they drink a lot of caffeine or drive from here to Atlanta backwards or any of that kind of stuff, so the odometer doesn't roll. So what they used to do is they had to write down what they did. And then if a policeman pulls them over or they get audited, they would hand them the piece of paper. And that was a good system, but you can imagine maybe they didn't always write it down exactly what they did. They wrote down more what the policeman was supposed to see. So about 2 years ago, the federal government said if you do interstate, and that term's going to be important here in a second, we don't want to ask the driver what they did, we want to ask the truck. So there's a piece of technology that we manufacture, we're OEM to it, that goes into the truck, so when the policeman pulls up, the first thing that happens is the truck tells the police car that tells the policeman what the truck's been doing, and then they can go talk to the driver about it. And you have to be federally certified, and it's kind of a big deal to get in the market. So we have 30,000 of those out there. We own all of our own IP. We're doing a lot of cool AI stuff, Internet of Things. We talk to corn and cows and trucks and chassis and trailers and all that kind of stuff. We have about 1% market penetration. Like I said, if you're interstate, about 1% of the vehicles have our product. We hold a couple patents and verticals, and we're certified, which you have to be to sell into this industry. What has happened is a few states, California, Texas, and now Florida, have said, this is really cool. We like this. This makes the roads a lot safer than having the truck driver write it down. So there's this thing called intrastate, which is truck drivers that only drive in one particular state. In this case, it's the state of Florida. And Florida has said, starting January 1st, they passed this Florida state regulation that said, you have to have one also, which represents about 24,000 companies and about 221,000 drivers. About 250,000 drivers have to buy one of these between now and January 1st. And we think about half that market has been, we call penetrated, because they've already got one because they do something else, they go interstate, whatever. So there's about 150,000 or so of these that need to be sold. Now, we don't have a Florida reseller, so I'm out talking to anyone I can talk to try and get a connection to find one, which is why I like the million cups of coffee thing. It's pretty good. We also know what the buying pattern is going to be. Because we've been through this a lot, but there's a lot of milestones out there. What they're going to do is they're going to wait till they have to do it. So about 10% of the market, probably after Thanksgiving dinner, is going to go on the internet and see if they can figure out what one of these things is, because they know they have to have one by January. Then right around that January date, probably from Christmas to Valentine's Day or so, the people that have to have one will finally kind of face up to it and buy one. And then the other half of the market's going to wait till they get a ticket, or they're compelled to, or they have to, which will be the next 90 days or the next quarter or so. So really within 6 months, the market's going to move about 200,000 units. Now, what we've done is created one of these gizmos specifically for Florida, and we've priced it about half the cost of if you just go search the internet and get one. So it's an awesome product because it's specific to Florida and the price point is right. So if I'm a truck driver and I know about this product, I would buy this one over something else. It's just there's a lot of reasons why it's compelling to do that. So we're trying to find avenues to get it out there, which is what I'm kind of looking for help with. I also put over here, number-wise, we think probably about 10% of the market or so is probably realistic for us if we really had some strong partners and we can get out there. That's about a $5 million opportunity. And we charge them on a recurring fee. So they buy a piece of hardware and then they pay a subscription every year. So if you're a reseller, this is a chance to stand up a business. Every 2% of the market is about $1 million in recurring revenue. And this is all real. I mean, this isn't a theory. The product's done. Like I said, we're in about 30,000 interstate trucks, and I have 1 minute to go. So, that's the end of my presentation. So that's kind of my presentation. Open to questions. I appreciate this format. What I'm really looking for is if you know someone. The other question I get is, well, why don't you go try and get money? I don't need money. I don't know how to set up a reseller in Florida. We're actually busy pursuing an agriculture market. We hold 2 patents in agriculture, and that's a very big opportunity that actually comes due in September of next year. So this is like a short-term opportunity, but if we do it right, we could almost double our size. I mean, if we got 30,000 Florida trucks, which would be 15% of the market, we double the size of the company, which would be fantastic. So with that, I'm open for questions.